Hey guys, Ryan here with Fish North Georgia, and the summertime is right here, and we like to fish tournaments. I like to fish tournaments. You guys like to fish tournaments as well. Let me tell you a couple quick little tips that you need to keep your fish alive in the summertime. I have zero issues keeping 5 alive in the dead of the summer. I just do. I figured out a nice little process, okay? Let me show you what I do. Requires 4 things. 4 processes to make sure that you keep your fish absolutely alive, absolutely healthy. When you release them, they swim off even in the dead of summer. Number 1, G-juice. G-juice is very important. You guys, I don't have to go into no big details on G-juice. Those of you guys that tournament fish know all about G-juice. Helps replace the slime coat, helps keep the fish calm, helps keep the fish healthy. Also gets rid of stuff like ammonia, some of the iron that might be built up in the water. It keeps the fish and it keeps the water clean. Clean water is essential for keeping your fish alive. Just like us, we need oxygen to breathe. The water has oxygen in it. The fish need oxygen to breathe, okay? G-juice will get rid of some of that nasty stuff that gets in your water, and then it will help replace that slime coat, that real critical slime coat, to keep your fish alive. Largemouth, spotted bass, smallmouth, doesn't matter. G-juice, need to keep it. I buy a big old bottle of it so that I can refill my bottle that I keep in my boat at all times. Very easy to do. Just once my other bottle's empty, I replace it, I refill it, I'm good to go on G-juice. So always, number 1, G-juice. Put G-juice in first thing in the morning. Number 2 is hydrogen peroxide, okay? Hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. Well, when you have a combination of H2O, hydrogen peroxide, and of course G-juice running in your Livewell system, the G-juice will actually go in and break down the hydrogen molecules, and then you get another batch of O2, okay? So you're putting more oxygen in the water. You're making real oxygen-rich water. The key to keeping your fish alive in the summertime, okay? Listen to me very, very critically about this, because I have no issues whatsoever keeping my fish alive in the summertime. It's August, going to go weigh in a 5 fish limit, open up the live wells, and bam, they're trying to jump out of the live wells, okay? That is what kind of stuff that I go through, and that is because I have basically, through trial and error and then research online, I have come up with this kind of solution that I run. G-juice, hydrogen peroxide, all right? Hydrogen peroxide, you just pretty much take 2 capfuls of it. I put it in each side of the live well first thing in the morning. You don't really have to add anymore. You can add a little bit more if you want to throughout the day, but I never really do. Why do I never have to? Because it is extremely critical to put ice in the live wells first thing in the morning. Let me repeat that. Ice in the live wells first thing in the morning. I put a 10-pound bag on the starboard side. I put another 10-pound bag in the port side. Open up the bag, dump it all out in there, close the lid, make sure my plugs are pulled in, and that way nothing can get out of it. I keep it cold. I'm essentially creating a cooler effect. A lot of guys talk about shocking fish. Listen, I've never shocked fish. The reason why is because on tournament days, I get up and I put the ice in an hour and a half before I'm going to be blasting off, okay? I create the Yeti cooler effect, okay? Basically, I get the walls of the live well really cold. Then when I get to my first stop after blast off, I put the 75 plus degree water, pump it all the way in and run them all the way up, okay? Fill them completely up, all right? Don't add more water, because if you add hot water to the colder, cooler water that you have created by putting the ice in the bottom of your live wells mixed in with your G-juice and your hydrogen peroxide, you are going to raise the temperature of the water. Science lesson for you guys. Cooler water holds oxygen better, okay? That's why in the wintertime, and that's why in the early spring and in the late fall, early winter, when the water temperatures are below 65 degrees, 60 degrees, below 60 degrees, all the way down into the 40s, that water is cold. It is very highly oxygenated water. And keeping your live wells cool, keeping the live wells cool and keeping the live wells water cool is extremely important for even in the summertime. Okay, a lot of guys despise trying to put fish in the live wells in the summertime, but listen, if you do what I'm telling you to do, I can promise you, your 5 fish or 3 fish or whatever, however many you keep to weigh in your tournament at the end of the day, they will swim off. Okay, step number 4, boats. Boat recirc systems. We got aerators, we got recirc pumps. Run your recirculation pumps. If your boat has recirculation pumps like my Phoenix does, my Phoenix has a timer recirculation. It has a auto timer and it has a manual timer. Running the recirc is extremely important. What does recirc do on the live wells? Well, it just basically pulls water out from the bottom of the live well. It takes it up through these hoses. These hoses have little slits in them that lets air come in from the side. I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. This right here is the max air intake. This is what's on all the Phoenix boats. Some of the other boat brands have these also. This helps right here. You'll see as the day goes along, there might be some water bleeding out of it. This right here is basically creating a vacuum that basically is just sucking air in. And as you recirc the water, as the water moves, it sucks into the air right there and it pumps oxygenated water back into your live well system. So max air intakes on your boat is extremely important. Another option that you can go with is they make vent covers, vent caps. Okay, you can buy them at Tackle Warehouse, you can buy them at a few other places. TNHmarine.com has them. In my older boat, I had some. A couple of my other buddies, they have them as well. Okay, all you do basically is you put this vent cover right here on the inside that you just drill out into your live well right here, and it has a hole that goes into the live well, gets that hot air and pushes it back out and goes out, especially when you're running down the lake. You're running up or down the lake, whichever. As you go, the cold air, wind air that you push into those covers, it goes into the live well, it pushes it up and it cools the surface temperature of the water inside your live well off. And so that way, if you do not have these max air intakes, you will be able to keep your water cool. Okay, last but not least, most important thing though, I do this 2 times a year. Fish Life Fish Care live well cleaner, just like this. We have this at the store at Fish North Georgia. It's $14 a bottle. Look how much I've used. Okay, it doesn't take a whole lot. This bottle right here is about a year old. I just literally cleaned my live wells Friday. Okay, and then Saturday we had our tournament. All right, clean the live wells. Clean the live wells really easy. Especially with the Fish Life Fish Care stuff, you just take it in there, you just spray it all around, all in your live well. Okay, then take a water hose, put the plugs in, fill it all the way up to the point to where you can run the recirc pumps. Turn your recirc pumps on manual, let them suck all that sudsy Fish Life stuff up and run it through the entire recirc pumps and through the hoses. And then simply after that, pull the plugs, turn your pump out system on for your live wells, and then take a water hose and just rinse it all back down, and continue to run your recirc pumps until the water that comes out of the recirc pumps is clean and clear. It will help you keep your fish alive. It is extremely important to get rid of all of that nasty built up bacteria that will be in your hoses, that will be covered in the walls of your live well. It will kill your fish like that. Okay, it is extremely important that you do this. Okay, if you guys got any questions whatsoever on what to do, how to do it, I can go into even more detail for you on Facebook or direct message me on Messenger, however that is. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Look out for more tips just like this and keep your fish alive. I promise you, these tips will help. See you guys on the